All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold-out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A first down throw for Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Alert, 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 alert. What we got?
Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15, and the Ravens, they'll take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for the Ravens. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check.
First carry for James Conner. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Browns' 19-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 35's the mic. Let's go, Heavy. Let me what you got.
Jackson from the shotgun. And it's caught right at the 10-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll run here with Connor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Check 31. Check 31. Check.
They'll run it with Hill. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. Now here's Hill, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Hey, Alpha.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Here we go. Not a good.
Check 53's mine.
To throw again on second down. Jackson finds his running back, James Conner. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ronnie, 6 yards.
That's a run. They're running it.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. Gets this up across the 20 to the 21 or 22. Did show some power on that run, breaking the tackle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Set. 15 on it. 15 on it. Here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson escaping the pressure right and incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike 35. They can't hang with us. 35.
Here's Jackson operating from the gun. And that's knocked away and incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Browns drive about to get started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
49-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the draw, here's Williams. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third.
6-6, pull it high.
Here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First down.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they need it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Buying time to his left. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert.
A 31-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he cuts it back right. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. A big play there just before halftime. 67 yards.
67 yards. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chip in. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Man, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be taken very short. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
At the 29-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Beckham, the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check. 180. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
My 40.
Bravo.
I'm going to run
Hurry, hurry.
run you over.
Watch out.
40 to Mike. Hey,
Watch out.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, high 7. Hurry, hurry.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Ready. Hey, Lobo. Party now. It's a party now.
They go play action with Jackson. Looking deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. You go take. You go.
Following the interception, Mayfield flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Run. Watch his flag. 61, matchbox light.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Mayfield down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matt Judon gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Now Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And this one is right down Broadway. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Justice Hill, 58 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Next to score, Ravens 13, round 6.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Mike, 48.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Mayfield to throw it. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll set up to throw. It's caught by OBJ. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
First down, Browns.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Powers through it. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Try to get it to Landry there.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
At the 42-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the run is Connor. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, a run with Connor. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Check.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
180.
Mayfield to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option. But as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's caught. Beckham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Check 3. Regular. Real.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
That ties the game, 13-all.
All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. To throw again on second down. Jackson, he uncorks it for Snead. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
35's the Mike. Check Mike, check Mike. Mike 35, Mike 35. Yeah. 35's the money.
Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Connor. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And the kick is good. He puts it through, and they are moving on to the AFC Championship game. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.